The show was created in 1981 by Rowan Atkinson and Richard Curtis, who were behind the very funny Not the 9 O'Clock News. But the first series of Blackadder wasn't very funny, and the BBC were thinking, until they came up with changes cleverly designed to appeal to BBC management. A lower budget, standard sets, a live audience, and some jokes. It worked. So we've got another reason. Blackadder showed that cheaper laughs can be funnier.
I want you scum back to the castle by sundown or you'll all be slaughtered! Onward! Come on! Come on! Shut up!
The first series was more ambitious than the others and more anarchic.
It was imperfect, and it was patchy. Very dramatic one minute, wonderfully farcical the next.
Have you heard? Prince Edmund's going to marry the Spanish Infanta.
No, we don't want to listen to anyone else.
We all got very grandiose and we thought we're going to be filmmakers, and we had this huge cast.
I seem to remember there being about 650 people in every episode, every scene, in fact.
I remember on the day we were going to start shooting, John coming over to me with Rowan and saying, "What's Rowan's character?" And we all thought, oh God, we don't know. And we've written some funny lines, but we don't know how he's meant to perform them.
We showed the first 2 episodes to BBC Live Entertainment, and they said, I don't know, is it funny? It's very good, but it seems rather scary. Do you think it's funny? We said, yeah, we think it's really funny. But it's not meant to look like obviously funny.
Another nail in the coffin of variety.
The head of comedy came in to see me, and he rattled through another series of Only Fools and Whores, another series of Allo Hello, another series of this, and another series of Blackadder. I said, stop right there. He sort of dropped his pencil and looked at me. I said, no.
The only way we got the second series was on the agreement that we would cut out all this big spending and just do it as an ordinary sitcom with wobbly sets at White City.
2, 1.
Yep. It really made us hone in on the relationships much more. And whereas the first series is much more of an epic, the other 3 series are very much about human relationships.
I'm just doing a very short rap because we've got a lot of things on tonight, and also I've forgotten about half my act now. That's not true. I just love to be casual.
Another vital addition was the Young Ones writer Ben Elton for the new, improved Blackadder.
My name's Ben Elton. Good night.
The first series, I think, had been deemed what they call a curate's egg, you know, like good but not necessarily right. And I think Rowan had decided he didn't want to continue writing on it. And so there was Richard, casting around.
Ben's first idea, mock the Tudors.
Ben was particularly keen on the Elizabethan idea because he said it's kind of a sexy age that the kids can relate to.
My lady, you wish to see me?
Yes, Edmund. Lord Melchett has bad news.
Lord Melchett is bad news.
With the second series, the writers weren't just sending the original Blackadder back through time to the dustbin of history, they were ferreting around for some descendants to make Blackadder immortal.
It might have been in the back of our minds that we would change it, but obviously it was very convenient to change it after the first one, clearly needed mending. And thereafter, it was just such a great thing to be able to jump and deal with new jokes rather than being stuck in the same time.
Nobody in a sitcom is ever much of a hero. Real heroes aren't very funny. But Blackadder, and this bloke looks a bit like Blackadder, is the ultimate sitcom anti-hero. And that's my next reason. He's the rogue's rogue. Just at the point when you think he couldn't go any further in his superior, cynical, sneering way, he does something half-decent. The swine. Ah!
The first Blackadder was much less likeable. He was slightly Mr. Bean-like.
So we decided that it would be great for him to be clever and attractive and smart, as well as sort of angry and bitter.
What is it?
I'm surprised you've forgotten, my lord.
I haven't forgotten. It's a rhetorical question.
No, it's potato.
Suddenly he's suave, he's debonair, he's witty. It's quite believable that the Queen would go all girlish in his presence.
Life without you was like a broken pencil.
Explain.
pointless.
The comedy comes from the fact that your leading character has, as it were, a late 20th century point of view.
Tell me, young crone, is this Putney?
That it be.
Yes, it is, not that it be. You don't have to talk in that stupid voice to me. I'm not a tourist.
But he's trapped in this world where everyone else doesn't.
I thought we could invite my girlfriend, Gwendolyn.
Sorry, no chicks. Who else?
There's a sort of collusion between Blackadder and the audience there. There's always a knowing wink. He knows how ridiculous this all looks.
What a way to die. Shot by a transvestite on an unrealistic grassy knoll.
It's become almost a historical cliché that historical drama tells you as much about the period in which it is made as the period in which it is set. I think that's certainly true of Blackadder. It's very much a product of the 1980s.
Oh, sir, poor little Mildred the cat. What's he ever done to you?
It is the way of the world, Baldric. The abused always kick downwards. I'm annoyed, and so I kick the cat. The cat pounces on the mouse, and finally the mouse bites you on the belly.
It's amazing how the perfect casting of Tony Robinson as Baldric was completely unplanned. Several other, much more famous small comic actors were approached before Tony got the part and made it his own. Clever Blackadder just wouldn't work without stupid Baldric, and that's my next reason. It produced the nation's favourite underdog, the founder of his very own dumb dynasty.
Baldric is wearing hair by Crazy Meg of Bedlam Hair, with matching dung ball accessories. Notice how the overpowering aroma of rotting pilchards has been woven cunningly into the ensemble.
Baldric. Oh, you just want to cuddle him, don't you, really?
Boulders. You look sweet as a little pie.
He has a deep, strange zombie wisdom.
Baldric, I would advise you to make the explanation you were about to give phenomenally good.
He said get the door.
Not good enough, you're
If
fired.
only good would out, you know, Baldric with his kind of sweet love for turnips. He's the good guy, really.
We did this robbery together, so you get half the cash.
Oh, thank you, Mr. B.
This robbery, on the other hand, I'm doing alone. Hand it over, your money or your life.
Edmund being such a plotting figure is such a good idea. But also, in his own way, Baldric is a plotter. It's just that his plots are crap.
He sometimes saw himself as a misguided genius, and it was this idea which provided the series with its only catchphrase.
All we need to do, my lord, is to go down to cockfights and put it on a bird that's a dead cert, but has got odds of 40,000 to 1.
Know you of such a bird?
No. I can remember the first time it came in, it was just, I have a plan. I have a cunning plan. I said, can I say cunning? And they said...
Yes, but not cunning enough, I imagine.
Well, depends how cunning you mean, my lord.
Well, I'm pretty damn cunning. How cunning do you think I mean?
Oh, it's quite cunning, my lord. And I think even then, I thought, well, maybe it could turn into a bit of a kind of catchphrase.
Am I jumping the gun, Baldric, or are the words, I have a cunning plan, marching with ill-deserved confidence in the direction of this conversation?
Certainly are.
Over nearly 5 centuries, Baldric follows a downward curve of imbecility, finally becoming the dimmest of dim soldiers.
Several regimental goats in the British Army are named Baldric. He's famous in the army.
We've got a Baldric. We call him Baldric. He's just like Baldric. He's the stupidest. You shouldn't believe the things he's... We call him Baldric. Do you really?
The King!
Where?
In Series 4, Baldric started to mean something, which I think was most unexpected.
There's a doggedness about him, kind of determined figure who just ploughs his way through this world of lice and rats and horror and somehow just gets through it all.
Are you looking forward to the big push?
No, sir, I'm absolutely terrified. There's a character called the Good Soldier Schweik, in a novel which came out in the First World War, who is as stupid as Baldric. And you never actually really know whether he is incredibly stupid or whether he's just pretending to be stupid. But rather than I have a cunning plan, say, he says, beg to report, sir.
Excellent native Cockney wit.